Hey, what's going on, guys? Butterbar here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all having a good day today. I'm very limited on time, guys, so I do apologize about that. Been running around today, and I finally got my chance to watch the new Mortal Kombat movie on HBO Max. It just dropped today, so I was trying to give myself some time to watch it. And today, I wanted to give you guys my opinion about what I thought about this new Mortal Kombat movie. Now, when it comes to video game movies, It is like maybe one or two hits and the rest are misses. Like the first Mortal Kombat movie, really good. Annihilation, I don't know what happened there. It's just been a lot of misses when it comes to video game movies. Sonic, I'll say this, the Sonic movie, I watched that with Hannah and Tony, and we actually had a good time. I actually thought Sonic was actually pretty damn good, video game type of movie. But man, it has been hit and like a lot more misses than anything else when it comes to video game movies. But I wanted to give you guys my opinion about what I thought about the movie, and just kind of talk about the movie going throughout. Now, this is going to be a spoiler review. I'm going to go through everything, give you guys my straight up opinion about, throughout the movie, throughout the different scenes, what I thought about it. So if you don't want that, if you don't want a spoiler review, watch the movie, check out the movie, come back and watch it, and you'll get my opinion, and you can kind of judge in the comments, where we agree or disagree and whatnot. But I will say this. First off, the first Mortal Kombat movie back in the 90s, I would say is like the pinnacle when it comes to good video game movies. Like, I mean, when it comes to the Liu Kang, Sonya Blade, Johnny Cage, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Goro, Kano, and Raiden, and Shang Tsung, all the actors and all the portrayals in that movie were really good. I enjoyed that movie, and it still holds up to today when it comes to a pretty dang good video game movie, an action flick. I really enjoyed it. Now, hearing about Mortal Kombat having a reboot and whatnot to the series, I thought, you know what, that's pretty cool. That's really nice. I was amped up about it until I heard Iniquity's take on it this morning on Twitter, and I was like, oh man, don't do that to me. Come on now. First off, it's interesting to know that this is just going to be it's kind of a prequel to the tournament. There's no tournament in this whatsoever. There's fight scenes in it. There's fights between different game characters and whatnot, but there's no tournament. There's no nothing. In the first movie, that was it. That was the tournament. You were getting prepped up for the tournament. You're getting up to that, and that's what that is. But this is apparently a prequel to it, and it casts a main character, Cole, that I could not care less about that character. And I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, so I apologize about that. So first off, the movie starts off with an introduction of Scorpion and Scorpion and Sub-Zero and their characters and the history that they have between the two characters. I thought that was done very well. I enjoy the actors that portrayed both of these characters, and I thought they did a phenomenal job of being able to portray it. Well, the history that comes between that fight links into Cole, the main character, and his storyline and him being a new character introduced. Now, I don't have an issue with the actor or anything. It's just the character. To me personally, I really didn't think, I didn't care. I had no care whatsoever for Cole as an actor or as a character. But his storyline is interconnected between other Mortal Kombat characters, and the reason why they get together, midway through the movie. I thought the introduction of Cole with Sub-Zero coming in and threatening his family, and Jackson coming into it, I thought that was a pretty cool scene. But I don't know. To me personally, I think Cole was just a very useless character, in my personal opinion. The way they introduced Jax, I actually enjoyed. I enjoyed the fight scene between him and Sub-Zero when it got to that point. I swear to God, though, I thought Jax was dead. I was like, it wasn't the arm explosion. You've seen that in the trailers and whatnot, for Mortal Kombat. But Jax lands and hits a different floor before landing on the final floor, and I'm like, dude, that guy's dead. Like, Jax is dead. Like, they just took my boy out just like that. But I did enjoy the actor that played Jax in the portrayal for that character. I thought the way that he got his cybernetic arms, though, I could have been done better. Like, I'll give Annihilation this. The introduction of Jax in that movie is a little bit better than the introduction of Jax, or at least the way that Jax gains his powers It's very weird. It really is. It's very weird. So anyway, you get an introduction into Sonya Blade. Didn't have too much of an issue with Sonya Blade. I do think her portrayal in the first Mortal Kombat was done a little bit better. I enjoyed that actress a lot more. But the actress in this did not do too bad. But you get the introduction of Kano. And my God, man, Kano steals the entire movie, at least in my opinion. He steals the entire movie. The comedy relief that he provides is just so damn funny, man. I laughed a lot with his character and his portrayal of Kano. I will say this, I feel like he's a little bit softer in this movie compared to the 90s version of Kano in Mortal Kombat. That's just a really quick thing of just what I thought about it. He's kind of a softer of portrayal between the two characters, between the two movies. But man, it's so damn funny. I enjoyed Kano quite a bit. But anyway, you have the introduction to that reptile, an actual reptile comes in. It's not like the ninja version in Mortal Kombat in the 90s. But then you finally go to Raiden's temple. You meet Liu Kang and Kung Lao. I wasn't a huge fan of the Liu Kang portrayal and whatnot. Again, that's not... I just growing up in the 90s and watching Mortal Kombat, I'm like, that is who Liu Kang is. Like, watching that portrayal in Mortal Kombat in the first movie back in the 90s, like, that's who I imagine Liu Kang is. In this one, I'm just like, no, I don't. He's not my Liu Kang. Might be your Liu Kang, but mine's back in the 90s. So I just it wasn't grooving with the Liu Kang portrayal. But he didn't do too bad at portraying Liu Kang. But just to me, he wasn't my Liu Kang. I don't know. Kung Lao though, you know what? I was actually starting to like Kung Lao in the movie. The portrayal of Kung Lao, the actor did a really good job. The remarks going back and forth, the bickering back and forth when they're trying to gain their powers, and when Kano finally gains his laser eye power, I thought that was really funny and a great like back and forth between Kung Lao and Kano and Liu Kang. I thought that was a really good, funny time in the movie where they were gaining their powers. I thought that was really entertaining stuff, and I was like, oh, I like him. Kung Lao, you're a pretty damn good actor. I like it. Not bad. The Shang Tsung, oh my God, Shang Tsung portrayal in this newest movie, like, no, man. Just like Liu Kang in the first movie, Shang Tsung, Raiden, Liu Kang from the first movie. I feel like those are it's such an iconic portrayal of what those characters are like, at least to me. There's no comparison whatsoever to a lot of the portrayals from the first movie back in the 90s. It just didn't hit home for me. It really didn't. The portrayal of Raiden, the portrayal of Shang Tsung, Liu Kang, stuff like that just did not hit home for me. And I think that's kind of where it gets kind of some of the goofiness of this movie, to where it's just like some of the acting is subpar. My opinion, nothing against the actors, but really I was just like, I was laughing at Kano stuff, but there's stuff that was laughing in here. I'm like, I probably shouldn't have laughed at, but I don't know. It was just a very weird portrayal sometimes with some of these characters. But you get into, I know I'm skipping around quite a bit, but I'm going through, some of the stuff that I remember. But you get into the point where you find out, Cole's related to Scorpion. And I'm like, okay, that's not, okay. Still the introduction of Scorpion is still not there yet. You get into the fight between Melina and Sonya Blade and Jax, and then they have this like other, character that they introduced that is just cannon fodder. Kabal comes in, and I will say this, I loved the introduction and the acting of Kabal. Yeah, spot on. Like, between him and Kano, I really enjoyed their portrayals in that movie, and I thought they did a pretty damn good job. But anyway, I'm just going to go and skip on to the final scene. So, the funny thing is, like, talking about this movie, it is it's timed very, like, it's like, boom, right, to the next, to the next, and the next, and the next, and the next. There's no really so much, I mean, there's time in the beginning of the movie where it's like, timing is okay, but then it's like, like, they're trying to just end this damn thing. They're like trying to Game of Thrones at season 8. They're trying to end this right now. So anyway, you get this fight scene between all the characters. Jax gets his powers. He does his fatality. You see a lot of the other fatalities in this, and some of the, you know, flawless victory stuff is cheesy, but, you know, it's whatever. You get to this, okay, so everybody pretty much on the bad guy side dies. Cabal dies, Melina dies, the unnamed, whoever the hell, flying girl with wings dies, the guy with the axe dies, who the that was. But Melina and Cabal die, which I'm just like, we're not in a tournament. We're not in a tournament whatsoever. When you're killing off Melina and you're killing off Cabal. What? Okay. So I thought that was really weird. But you get to, I forgot this. Cole fights Goro, and I'm like, what the is this? Like, Cole gets his powers from fighting Goro. Cole's powers mean no effing sense to me. Like, OP much? Like, he gets damage dealt to him, but then he's able to do more damage. I don't know. Like I said, Cole, you could do without Cole in this movie. Even his powers, I'm like, what is that? Like, come on, man. What? So, they kill Goro off. Like, goddamn. Johnny Cage doesn't get his... Like, look, I feel like more respect was done to Goro in Mortal Kombat 1 than respect that was done in this movie. Like, we don't know who Cole is. We know who Johnny Cage is. And at least Goro kind of gets, like, a funny way of dying. But in this... yeah, don't get me wrong. They do Goro pretty damn well. He's CGI. I didn't have a huge issue with. I know people have been kind of iffy on the CGI and whatnot, but I didn't have a huge issue with it. So anyway, Cole gets his powers. They don't make sense to me. But anyway, then you had the fighting between all the characters. Cabal, Melina, everybody on the bad guy side dies. And then you get the showdown between Sub-Zero, Cole, and then Scorpion finally makes his entrance into the movie as, you know, the Ninja Scorpion. I will say this. I thought it was complete BS. I really did. I thought, you know what? Scorpion needs help to defeat Sub-Zero. Like, Scorpion went through hell, was suffering in hell for centuries, and needs help from his descendant, from Cole, to beat up Sub-Zero. And I'm like, that's bullshit. Like, that was so dumb. Like, and even in the video games, like, Cole or Scorpion doesn't need help to defeat Sub-Zero. So I thought that was really BS. I thought it was really dumb. I thought it was kind of a disservice to Scorpion as a character that he would need help from another character to defeat Sub-Zero. So I thought that was kind of a BS. But again, the fight, though, when it was Scorpion and it was Sub-Zero, and it was just them alone, their fight scenes were really good. I enjoyed that fight scene. But Cole, man, like, get out of here, Cole. Beat it. Get out of my sight. Then you know, it's going towards the end of the movie. Shang Tsung comes in and is like, you know, not my allies are not always dead and gonna come back, whatever. And then you see Sub-Zero, you know, disappear, and he's gonna be Noob Saibot and whatnot. I'm like, I don't know, man. Shang Tsung, you can't bring back Cabal and Melina. That's just, they're fucking done. I mean, like, we know that Sub-Zero comes back as Noob Saibot, but I don't know if you can bring Cabal and Melina back. So, yeah, so the movie ends with Cole going and searching out for Johnny Cage. And, you know, I didn't have a huge issue whatsoever with Johnny Cage not being in this film. It's like, it wasn't a make or break. I know some people were pissed about it. It was not a huge issue that Johnny Cage was not in this movie. Like I said, the portrayal of, like, the main actors of, you know, like Liu Kang is the chosen one, and Sonya Blade and stuff like that, and then Johnny Cage in the first Mortal Kombat. Again, like I said, I think it was an amazing portrayal of those three characters from the video game into the movie screen back in the 90s. So would I want to see Johnny Cage in this movie? No, not really. I mean, like, if they plan on doing like 3 or 4 movies of this, I could see, you know, that being a pretty good deal of seeing Johnny Cage in it. I think some people were actually saying The Miz from WWE should be Johnny Cage. I thought that was a pretty cool idea. I'm like, I don't know who would portray Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat, but The Miz actually sounds like a pretty good idea. I don't know. You'd get to do screen tests to see about that, but yeah, not a huge issue, and that's how the movie ends. He's going to go look for Johnny Cage. They're going to be rounding up more fighters for the tournament. It was just it's a very weird thing. It's a prequel to the tournament, but it's very odd. It's a really odd movie. Not saying that it's not. If you turn your brain off and you just enjoy the fight scenes and whatnot, it's not a bad movie. The comedy relief of Kano made it a pretty damn funny movie at times. It was just a very odd, it's a very odd Mortal Kombat. The first one, I think, was a really good, from beginning to end, a very good tale of the tournament, what was at stake, introduction of the characters, and then towards the end of the movie where you have Shao Kahn coming in, and then you have Annihilation. It's like, Annihilation, like, what are you doing, man? Mortal Kombat set the stage for that, but Annihilation was not able to pick up the pieces that Mortal Kombat was able to do back in the 90s. But, yeah, this one... You know what? I'd probably get it a 6 or 7 out of 10. You know, it's not the greatest movie ever, but you know what? There's some enjoyment out of this movie. I think if you watch this, turn your mind off. I understand that Mortal Kombat, the first one of the 90s, is probably really damn good when it comes to video game movies. It's not bad. I would like to see where they kind of go with this if they plan on doing 3 or 4 movies throughout the series. I'd like to see where it goes from here. Is this kind of a stepping off point and seeing kind of the reaction to some of the characters. So just wanted to give you guys my opinion about it. Let me know in the comments below. Have you guys watched the movie? Have you seen it? Let me know in the comments below about what you thought about it. It's interesting. It's interesting. I would love to get everybody's opinion about it. If you've seen it, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed this little review and my opinion about the movie. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the day. So have a good one, guys, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.